Good evening, everyone. I'm Charlotte Seams, Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I have with me my wonderful team, and then also Vicki Drobness, Ruby Ambassador, will be chiming in tonight. And what we want to do tonight is more convention recap, and we specifically want to talk about the session that Rita Davenport spoke at. Rita Davenport is like this superstar network marketing person. She was, I don't know if she was the president, CEO, something of Arbonne for years, and is like multi-millionaire, but she is like a hillbilly. And she is warm and friendly and funny. And this is even a tip for you when you're speaking and doing meetings. She even said that, people, if they laugh first, then they're more open to listen to you. So that's a tip to remember when you're talking to people. And so I want Vicki to go ahead and get started with just her takeaways from Rita's session, and then I'll share, and then we'll get you off of here this evening. So Vicki.
Hi, thank you. Welcome, everybody. This was my second time to hear Rita because she spoke at Leaders Retreat in DC back in October 2015. And she was hilarious then, and she was hilarious this past couple of weeks. She is, I didn't know this, she's from Nashville, which is where I am. So that was kind of cool to know. I should have guessed from the accent. But I took a lot of notes, and some of the things that stood out to me are a few that I'll share. The one that wins talks to the most people. And one of the things that she said was talking about the jewels on the floor level, and that these people had just talked to more people and had also heard no more than anybody else. And that's okay, because not everybody's going to join us. That's fine. Not everybody goes to McDonald's. That's okay. McDonald's seems to do just fine. Let's see, you do this business to set an example for your kids, and you're creating a legacy that can show them they can do whatever they dream of. This business demands you be courageous, and yes, it does. But you get to the point where your comfort zone expands. You don't go through your comfort zone, it just keeps expanding. School is never out for the pro, and that's true. You might as well be dead if you stop learning, because you need to always keep learning. And let me see, there was one more. Let's see. Your network grows and expands as you grow and expand. And that's so true, because you want to attract people who are influencers. Those are the people. It's not so much that one person that you know, it's everybody that they know and everybody that those people know. So loved hearing from her. Always walk away with a smile on my face. And those were the main things that stood out to me.
Okay, thank you, Vicki. I'm just going to pretty much go through my notes and give you some of the highlights, the things that I wrote down, because obviously those are the things that struck me that I thought were important. And there's just a lot of one-liners here. And if you love some of them, you can go back and listen to the recording. So right now, you don't have to frantically write them down if you don't want to, if you just want to sit there and soak it in. So one of the statements she made was, don't let people should on you. So don't let them say what you should do. It's not so important when you join Plexus. It's when Plexus gets into you. And that's a real big key. I've had people who have been ambassadors for a long time, and then all of a sudden they get it. And that's what happens. She had this line made my husband laugh. This made Henry laugh. And she was saying, if somebody, says negative things to you about your Plexus business, she said, "Oh, you got me confused with someone who cares what you think about me." I love that. That's how that attitude we should have. You're not just in Plexus, you're in the people business, and you grow your business by taking all the responsibility off yourself. We don't have to be all things to all people. When we are growing leaders, she said that when your team does better than you, there's one sound she hears, and that is cha-ching. Because we don't have to, if they pass us up, that's awesome, because then we're going to actually make a bigger income without the work. So let people go past you. She said that our greatest gift is poverty. One of her greatest gifts was poverty, because how would you know the difference, what it feels like when you have money and affluence? And I would have to agree with that, because I've lived with some poverty. And so it's really an amazing gift. Nobody starts as a diamond. Remember, we all sign up as ambassadors. Nobody signs up as a diamond or an emerald or something. We all started at the beginning. It's going to cost you nothing to dream, but it's going to cost you everything if you don't. And if you want your dreams to come true, wake up. Boy, isn't that true. Let's see. I don't want to repeat what Vicki said. I want to just do some of the more you learn, the more you're going to earn. And you are where you are today because of your choices. And sometimes we don't want to admit that. We want to blame somebody else, but we still choose how to react no matter what's happened to us. So we are where we are today because of our choices. Be yourself at your very best. I love that, because I tell people all the time, be you, you do you, but we need to be ourselves at our very best. Don't be your PMS self when you're talking to people on Facebook. Be yourself at your very best. And that encourages you to be your best more often. If you have low self-esteem, you're comparing yourself to someone else. She talked about marriage a little bit. This is a quote from her. For every woman with a headache, there's another with an aspirin in her pocket. So she was just talking about, being careful about not neglecting your marriage. She said one idea from a meeting can make you a multimillionaire, and that money is not important unless you don't have any. And that's so true. People kind of tend to criticize if someone wants to make a lot of money, but the time that money is really important, and it's almost easier to be greedy, is when you don't have any, because then it's really hard to give, and you think about it all the time. Where is it going to come from? But if you have plenty, it ceases to be an issue, and you can just go help people and do life. And so that's I heard Sonia Dudley say, that we're the ones that should have a lot of money because we're good people and we know the good things to do with it. The old Mary Kay saying, she may not be the person that said this, but every person is wearing a sign that says, make me feel important. So we want to make people feel appreciated and loved. Teach your kids to say please and thank you. Let's see. Decide what's best for you and for your business. Do what you don't want to do for a little while so you can do what you want forever. That's so true in this business, that we may have to work really hard for a couple of years, and it's going to pay off for years and years. I loved this one statement that she made, and that is, love what is. Sometimes we are so busy wanting to get to the next rank or get more people or, make more money, that we neglect to love right where we are, to love our life right now, and to really count our blessings. She said that if you focus on your business, that you will get illuminations and ideas. And I would say that if you pray about your business and ask God for wisdom, that He will give you those illuminations and ideas. This was really funny. She said whenever somebody would tell her no, she would just bust out laughing. And she said, I'm glad you're saying no. You'd drag it down anyway. I'm just making a courtesy call here. So think that way. Maybe not say it like that, but the next time somebody says no, don't let it crush your dreams or anything. And you know what? They might say yes a year from now. I had a lady today message me. She's actually a friend who's tried the triplex twice, and she just didn't ever stick with it. And so I thought she was long gone. Well, today she messages me and says her husband wants to try it. And so they got their old account deleted and they're going to order tomorrow. And you just never know, because no doesn't mean no permanently. But some of those people, you need to say, I'm glad you're saying no, and just laugh. So here's a profound statement. Your why has got to be bigger than your why not. I think sometimes if we could just get that down, that our why is bigger than all the reasons and excuses we give to not do the business, we'd really understand that. If we want more love, then we need to give more love. Let's see. People become what they think about all day long. What you think about, you bring about. That's pretty profound. She said that a goal has to be right for you. And I love that, because you decide what you want your life to look like. You decide how you want to do your business, what's your goals to be. She said to become what your people, what your team needs to see. So maybe you feel like, your sponsor hasn't done it right, or you wish they'd do this. Well, then you go do it for your team, and you become what your team needs to see. You be the leader that your team needs. Think about how you feel when you have an inspiring, energetic, passionate leader. Then you be that for your people. She said, when people ask you, how's business, you need to tell them unbelievable. And she said, if it's not going that good, you can just say unbelievable, because you're telling the truth. Just always say unbelievable. See yourself the way you want to be. She gave 3 words for that: accept, believe, and picture. So accept yourself, believe for your future, and then picture your future. And I was in on a little chat today, a little conversation about how important imagination is, and that we need to exercise our imagination every day and imagine ourselves being where we want to be. I love this statement: what good are low hopes? We have people tell us all the time, don't get your hopes up. Well, what good are low hopes? Why not hope for the best? Why not hope high and err on the side of faith and belief? And then, what do they say? If you shoot for the stars, you shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars. I don't know, something where if you aim really high, you're going to end up higher than you would have been if you'd aimed really low. She said that meetings need to be fun. Okay, here's what it was. People retain 80% more when they're laughing and having fun. So right there is a good tip for your meetings, even for your Zooms. If you're a talking head, just talking about the products and the ingredients and stuff, people are going to go, oh. But if you're having fun with people and energetic and they're laughing, then they're going to retain 80% more. She said, when someone asks you how you're doing, you should say, I'm the greatest. How often when people ask us how we're doing, we say, oh, I'm fine. Well, we're doing okay. Why not? I'm the greatest. Muhammad Ali used to say stuff like that. But you know what? He believed in himself. And you know what? God would rather we say, I'm the greatest, because we were created in his image. Okay, so that's all the notes I have from Rita's session. And I know we just kind of, skimmed through them. And her talk, of course, was a lot funnier. And she had a lot of jokes and cute stuff that she said. What did she say? That Tarl and Alec were too old for her? She's a cougar and they were a little too old. I mean, I thought that was so funny. And she also said, the song by Dolly Parton, Jolene? She said that she's Jolene because she dated Dolly Parton's husband when they were in high school. And she said that Dolly told her that she's Jolene. And my teenage daughters thought that was the funniest thing, because they play and sing that song on the guitar. And so they just thought that was great that she said that. So anyway, but
one other thing that she said that made a big impact on me. She said, this is a self-help business. You have to help yourself. And that's true. You're the one doing the personal development. You're the one reaching out to people. You don't expect your sponsor to put people under you. That's not the way that Plexus works.
Right. And you have to talk about your business and your products, because no one's going to do that for you. If you don't talk about what you have in your hand, no one else is going to. And so that's another way that it's a self-help business. And that if we don't tell people about these products and this business, then we're being pretty selfish. We're keeping it to ourselves, and then they can't get helped. So yeah, that's a great quote from her too. And these are the kind of things that it'd be good to go back over your notes. As months pass, just go back and remind yourself of some of these great gems that she gave us.